on the ground. I did those during free fall. And then about, I don't know, 4,500 feet.
Caleb Whitby's Chevy Silverado is at this Baker City salvage yard.
Can you imagine facing a disaster so extreme that escape seems impossible? In this video, we bring you 8 extraordinary survival stories that showcase the incredible ability of humans to defy the odds and emerge alive from situations that seem impossible to overcome. From a parachute malfunctioning thousands of feet in the air to a driver trapped between 2 trucks on an icy highway, each case is filled with breathless moments. You'll discover how these individuals survived falls, shootings, crashes, and natural disasters, demonstrating not only physical resilience, but also remarkable mental strength. Stay with us until the end to learn the incredible story of a man whose car was impaled by a guardrail, yet he emerged almost unscathed. These stories will not only amaze you, but also make you reflect on the power of luck, destiny, and human willpower. Case 1. Woman and grandson in Brazil. In early 2014, a shocking incident in Anápolis, Brazil, left doctors and witnesses speechless. A 56-year-old woman and her grandson were struck by a car while crossing the street in what seemed like a doomed accident. It began when 2 cars collided further up the road, causing one to lose control. The out-of-control car hit a parked vehicle, propelling it directly toward the woman and the child. The impact was devastating. The woman was thrown to the ground, hitting her head on the pavement and losing consciousness instantly. The car ran over her legs and lower back, which seemed certain to result in fatal injuries. The most shocking moment, however, involved her grandson. The car's wheels rolled completely over his head. The scene, captured by security cameras, appeared to foretell a tragic end for both. Against all odds, the child quickly got up after the impact. Showing no visible signs of serious injury, he immediately ran to check on his grandmother. Emergency services arrived quickly and assessed the victims. Astonishingly, both suffered only minor injuries. The grandmother had bruises and scrapes, but was conscious while being treated by paramedics. The boy appeared completely unharmed, despite the severity of the accident. News of the miraculous outcome spread rapidly, and footage of the incident left viewers stunned. Witnesses could not believe what they had seen, as the magnitude of the accident made survival seem impossible, let alone with minimal injuries. Doctors who treated the victims described the case as extraordinary, highlighting the incredible luck both had in surviving. In later interviews, the grandmother reflected on the accident and the fragility of life. She emphasized how quickly everything can change and expressed deep gratitude for surviving alongside her grandson. The incident sparked community discussions about improving road safety regulations in urban areas. Local authorities began reviewing traffic laws and implementing measures to better protect pedestrians, such as improved signage and speed controls in high-traffic zones. The accident also renewed interest in pedestrian safety education. Anápolis residents rallied around the woman and her grandson, offering support during their recovery and participating in initiatives to promote road safety awareness. This event served as a reminder for drivers to remain vigilant and drive cautiously, especially in urban areas where pedestrians and vehicles share limited space. As time passed, the grandmother and her grandson continued to recover physically and emotionally. Their story became a symbol of hope and resilience for the community, reminding everyone of the importance of cherishing life and their loved ones. This miraculous incident left a lasting mark on Anápolis, highlighting not only the fragility of life, but also humanity's ability to overcome even the most unexpected and devastating events. Case 2. Ron Hunt. In 2003, Ron Hunt, a construction worker in Reno, Nevada, experienced a workplace accident that quickly became a remarkable case in his industry. While drilling at a job site, Ron was working on a 6-foot ladder with an electric drill to reach a raised surface. Without warning, the ladder began to wobble, causing him to lose his balance. In an effort to minimize injuries, he let go of the drill to avoid a direct hit, but ended up falling onto a drill bit positioned vertically on the ground. The drill bit, about 1.5 inches in diameter, and 18 inches long, penetrated the socket of his left eye and passed through part of his skull. Despite the severity of the injury, the drill bit displaced his brain without causing significant damage, a phenomenon medical professionals called extraordinary. Ron remained conscious throughout the incident, later recounting how, upon touching the drill bit, he could trace its path from his eye socket to the back of his head. His co-workers immediately rushed him to the hospital. At the hospital, the medical team faced an unprecedented challenge. After careful evaluation, they decided to remove the drill bit manually rather than opting for a more invasive surgical approach. This method avoided additional complications, and the procedure was a success. Although Ron lost his left eye, he did not suffer significant brain damage or neurological impairments, leaving doctors astonished at the outcome. Following the accident, Ron took a practical approach to sharing his experience. He became an advocate for workplace safety, emphasizing the importance of inspecting tools and equipment before use. In his talks, he stressed the need to take extra precautions when working at heights and highlighted how standard protocols alone might not suffice without constant environmental awareness. Ron used his story as an educational tool rather than merely an astonishing tale, delivering it with an objective tone focused on conveying valuable lessons for other workers. He also underscored the importance of remaining calm and rational in unexpected situations, which he credited as key to his survival. Despite the aftermath of the accident, Ron continued to work in construction, adapting to the limitations caused by the loss of his eye. His pragmatic approach to life and his ability to turn adversity into an opportunity to educate others earned him recognition from colleagues and industry professionals alike. Ron Hunt's case underscores the importance of preparation, vigilance, and strict adherence to safety standards in the workplace. His experience has been used in numerous training sessions as a powerful reminder of the unpredictability of work environments and the critical need to be prepared for any eventuality. Case 3. Lindy Harding. In 2008, Lindy Harding, a native of Ladbury, England, experienced a life-altering event during a tandem skydiving jump. Although skydiving is often seen as a thrilling yet safe activity under the guidance of experienced instructors, Lindy faced a series of events that brought her to the brink of tragedy. What transpired during those moments of freefall would become one of the most extraordinary survival stories in skydiving history. The jump began like any other, but quickly turned critical. When the main parachute was deployed, Lindy realized something was terribly wrong. The parachute failed to open. She immediately felt panic as she entered freefall from 8,500 feet, reaching speeds close to 70 miles per hour. Moments later, the reserve parachute deployed but became entangled with the main parachute, creating chaos and leaving her completely out of control for about 40 seconds. The sense of disorientation and fear was overwhelming. As she struggled to process the severity of the situation, the ground drew closer at an alarming rate. Finally, Lindy hit the ground with significant force, a fall that under normal circumstances would have been fatal. Despite the odds and the height of her fall, Lindy survived. Her injuries, while serious, were surprisingly mild given the circumstances: 2 broken ribs, a punctured lung, a broken nose, and a chipped tooth. The doctors who treated her were astonished by her survival, describing it as nothing short of miraculous. Lindy's story quickly gained attention in both local media and the skydiving community, becoming an example of how a combination of luck, proper equipment, and unpredictable factors can save lives in the most critical situations. Her physical recovery was accompanied by a difficult emotional journey as she worked through the trauma of the event and reflected on how it had changed her life. 7 years later, in 2015, Lindy made a bold decision.
That's when I did my next jump, when the accident happened.
She chose to skydive again. This choice was carefully considered as the fear still lingered. However, Lindy decided that confronting her fear would help her reclaim a part of herself that had been suspended since the accident. With a renewed mindset, she completed the jump, marking not only her return to skydiving, but also her ability to overcome the mental barriers created by the accident. Lindy later spoke about how transformative this second jump was, explaining that the experience gave her a deeper appreciation for the fragility of life and a greater determination to cherish every moment. She emphasized that accidents, while unpredictable, should not define a person's course, and that facing one's deepest fears can lead to personal growth. Lindy Harding's story has become a testament to human resilience. Beyond her physical survival, her experience highlights the power of the human spirit to overcome trauma and move forward. By sharing her story, Lindy has inspired others to reflect on their own capacity to face challenges and emerge stronger. This case not only underscores the importance of preparation in high-risk activities, but also the extraordinary adaptability and resilience humans can exhibit during moments of crisis. Lindy Harding's experience serves as a reminder that even in the hardest falls, it's possible to rise again and find a renewed perspective on life. Case 4. Ahad Israf. In 1987, 14-year-old Ahad Israf, a resident of Dayton, Ohio, experienced an accident that redefined the boundaries of survival and recovery. While working at a convenience store, his employer recklessly handled a firearm, accidentally firing a shot that struck Ahad directly in the head. This incident marked the beginning of a recovery process that few believed possible. The bullet destroyed a large portion of the right hemisphere of Ahad's brain, leaving him in critical condition. The massive blood loss and brain trauma brought him to the brink of death. Rushed to the hospital, Ahad underwent a 5-hour surgery led by Dr. Raymond Postra to stabilize his condition. The severity of the injuries made his prognosis grim. Doctors doubted he would survive, let alone regain cognitive function. Against all odds, Ahad began showing signs of recovery shortly after surgery. To the astonishment of the medical team, he attempted to speak after waking from anesthesia, despite the significant loss of brain tissue. This unexpected progress offered a glimmer of hope to his family, though the road to full recovery would be long and arduous. Ahad's rehabilitation was challenging. Initially confined to a wheelchair, he worked with therapists to regain mobility and basic skills. Throughout the process, he faced not only physical limitations, but also the psychological and emotional impact of adapting to a life forever altered by traumatic brain injury. As part of his recovery, Ahad underwent reconstructive surgery that included the placement of a silicone implant in his skull. This procedure not only helped restore part of his physical appearance, but also boosted his self-esteem, allowing hair to grow over the affected area. This symbolic aspect of his recovery had a profound effect on his confidence and motivation to keep pushing forward. Defying expectations, Ahad completed his college education with honors. His academic success was a testament to his strength and determination, proving that physical limitations do not always translate into insurmountable barriers. Ahad used his personal journey to inspire others, sharing his story on public platforms. He appeared on television programs such as Ripley's Believe It or Not and World of Pain, recounting his journey from trauma to success. Ahad also wrote a book about his experiences, cementing his legacy as a survivor who not only overcame the odds, but thrived. In his speeches, Ahad emphasized the importance of emotional and psychological support for individuals facing similar challenges, noting that recovery is not solely physical. Ahad Israf's life serves as a powerful reminder of human adaptability and the ability to overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. From an incident that nearly took his life, he emerged as an advocate for people with disabilities, transforming his personal tragedy into a platform for change and education. Ahad's story continues to inspire those facing their own struggles. His ability to turn a personal tragedy into an opportunity for growth and advocacy makes him a living example of resilience in the face of adversity. Case 5. Alexis Goggins. In 2007, 7-year-old Alexis Goggins became a symbol of courage and sacrifice after a terrifying event that tested the limits of human bravery. During an attempted kidnapping by her mother's ex-boyfriend, Alexis faced a life-or-death situation, demonstrating an extraordinary level of valor far beyond her years. The incident unfolded when Calvin Tilly, the attacker, forced Alexis and her mother, Salate, into his vehicle. Once inside, Tilly, in a desperate act, began shooting at them. Amid the chaos, Alexis made the selfless decision to shield her mother with her own body, protecting her from the gunfire. While screaming for him to spare her mother, Alexis was shot multiple times in her eye, temple, chin, cheek, chest, and arm. Her mother also sustained gunshot wounds to her head and arm. Despite the severity of their injuries, both Alexis and her mother survived, leaving doctors, family members, and witnesses stunned by their resilience. Alexis was rushed to the hospital, where medical teams faced a monumental challenge in stabilizing her and treating her injuries. Her ability to endure and recover after sustaining so many gunshot wounds became a case study in physical and emotional fortitude. The incident had immediate repercussions. Calvin Tilly was arrested and sentenced to a lengthy prison term, ending the threat he posed. However, the emotional and physical scars of the attack lingered for years. Salata expressed profound gratitude to Alexis for saving her life, emphasizing the unbreakable bond between them. Alexis emerged as an inspiring public figure. Her bravery earned her numerous accolades, and her story deeply resonated with communities across the country. She became a symbol not only of survival, but also of the extraordinary strength a child can demonstrate in the face of extreme danger. In the years following the attack, Alexis became an advocate for issues such as gun safety and domestic violence prevention. Drawing from her experience, she educated others about the dangers of domestic violence and the importance of taking action in such situations. Her voice became a powerful reminder of how critical decisions in life-threatening moments can save lives. In addition to sharing her story, Alexis and her mother participated in community programs and sought psychological support to process the trauma of the event. These efforts helped Alexis grow into an active spokesperson, advocating for stronger support systems for victims of violence. Alexis Goggins' act of bravery not only saved her mother's life, but also solidified her place as one of the most moving stories of triumph over adversity. Her decision to place herself between her mother and danger serves as a poignant reminder of the strength of the human spirit, even in the most harrowing situations. Today, Alexis's story continues to inspire many, emphasizing the importance of courage, community support, and the ongoing fight to create a safer world. Case 6. Rui Mahamusa. On a rainy and treacherous day in Johannesburg, South Africa, Rui Mahamusa, a player for the Orlando Pirates soccer team, endured a car accident that pushed the boundaries of survival. Driving his BMW Series 3 on a slick road, Rui lost control of the vehicle due to a lack of traction, resulting in a catastrophic crash into a guardrail. The impact was so severe that the guardrail pierced his car, entering through one side and exiting through the windshield, leaving the vehicle impaled. Images from the crash site revealed a shocking scene. The car completely skewered by the metal barrier, illustrating the gravity of the collision. In mere seconds, an ordinary drive turned into a nightmare. Designed to protect drivers, the guardrail in this case failed, becoming a lethal hazard as it tore through the vehicle. Despite the magnitude of the crash, Rui Mahamusa walked away with only minor injuries, such as cuts and bruises, a near-miraculous outcome given the level of destruction to his car. His survival amazed both witnesses and emergency responders who arrived at the scene. This incident highlighted not only the dangers of driving in adverse weather, but also potential flaws in the design or installation of guardrails. While these structures are intended to safeguard drivers by preventing vehicles from leaving the road, in this instance, they acted as a deadly force. The crash sparked debates about the effectiveness of guardrails and road safety standards, particularly on roads with variable weather conditions. Reflecting on the accident, Rui expressed his gratitude for surviving and acknowledged how close he came to a fatal outcome. In subsequent interviews, he urged other drivers to exercise greater caution in challenging driving conditions and to remain vigilant about road and vehicle conditions. Following the accident, Rui took an active role in promoting road safety measures. Leveraging his platform as a public figure, he advocated for improvements in the design and installation of guardrails and raised awareness about the dangers of driving in adverse conditions. Rui emphasized that while luck and his car's structural integrity played critical roles in his survival, relying on these factors alone is not enough. His experience served as a reminder that although technology and infrastructure are designed to protect us, they are not infallible. This underscores the importance of preventive measures, such as reducing speed in poor weather and staying alert at all times. The accident left not only physical scars, but also changed Rui's perspective on life. While continuing his career with the Orlando Pirates, he carried a renewed appreciation for resilience and the importance of seemingly small factors that can mean the difference between life and death in unexpected situations. Rui Mahamusa's story is an example of resilience in the face of danger and a cautionary tale about the fragility of road safety. By sharing his experience, Rui hopes to inspire others to prioritize road safety and be more aware of the risks of driving, especially in adverse conditions. His survival from such a devastating crash underscores life's unpredictability and the importance of always being prepared. Case 7. Caleb Whitby. On a frigid morning in Oregon, Caleb Whitby, a young driver from Washington, faced an accident that left him literally wedged between two semi-trucks. Driving on Interstate 84 amid dense fog and treacherous black ice, Caleb encountered conditions that turned an ordinary trip into a life-changing event. As he carefully navigated the slick road, Caleb noticed a semi-truck ahead, swaying precariously. Realizing the danger, he attempted to slow down by gently applying the brakes, but his pickup truck lost traction and skidded out of control. Within seconds, his vehicle became trapped between two massive trucks, both struggling to maintain stability on the icy highway. The collision was catastrophic. Caleb's truck was crushed between the two semis, compressed like a tin can, as the sound of twisting metal and shattering glass filled the air. Inside the wreckage, Caleb closed his eyes and gripped the steering wheel, praying, "Please protect me, help me get through this." Miraculously, the cab of Caleb's truck acted as a protective cocoon, absorbing much of the impact. Despite the visible devastation to the vehicle, Caleb emerged from the wreck with only a scratch on his right hand and a minor cut on his eyebrow. He remained conscious throughout the ordeal, processing the magnitude of the destruction around him. Caleb's crash was part of a larger chain reaction involving 26 vehicles in total. While trapped, he listened and watched as other cars and trucks collided on the icy road. A driver from one of the involved trucks approached Caleb, offering comfort and support until emergency teams could arrive. 30 minutes later, Caleb was freed from the mangled remains of his truck. In shock but incredibly thankful to be alive, he walked away from the accident. In interviews, he described his injuries with disbelief. 2 band-aids on my right ring finger and a little ice for my left eye. His tone reflected awe at his fortune. Thank God I'm alive. Despite the emotional and physical toll of the crash, Caleb displayed remarkable character by assisting other victims involved in the pileup before returning home to his pregnant wife and young son. His instinct to help others, even after narrowly escaping death, underscored his resilience and newfound appreciation for life. Caleb's story serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of driving on icy roads and highlights the need for extreme caution during adverse weather conditions. His experience sparked conversations about winter highway safety, emphasizing the importance of driving at safe speeds, remaining alert, and ensuring vehicles are prepared for such conditions. Caleb Whitby didn't just survive a devastating accident. His story of resilience and courage continues to resonate with those facing their own challenges. His ability to stay calm and recover from a traumatic event makes him a living testament to the fragility and strength of life. The image of his crushed truck and his nearly unscathed emergence stands as a powerful symbol of survival. Case 8. Batak Chima entrepreneur and amateur pilot Batak Chima experienced an extraordinary event after crashing his $300,000 Lamborghini Gallardo on a slick road in Thailand. Amid heavy rain, the treacherous conditions, and his speed of approximately 94 miles per hour became key factors in what would become a shocking accident. As Batak approached a sharp curve, he lost control of the vehicle on the wet road. The Lamborghini, engineered for high speeds, began to skid uncontrollably. Taking the curve, it hit a bump, causing the car to go airborne before violently colliding with a tree. The force of the crash was so immense that it split the tree in two, leaving the luxury car a mangled heap of twisted metal with debris scattered across the road. Witnesses described the scene as surreal. The once powerful and elegant car was unrecognizable, yet the most astonishing sight came moments after the crash. Batak was seen standing next to the wreckage of his Lamborghini, apparently unscathed. Calmly holding an umbrella, he was talking on his mobile phone as if nothing had happened. Batak attributed his survival to a Buddhist amulet he was wearing at the time, claiming it had protected him during the accident. Despite the visible devastation, emergency responders confirmed that he only suffered minor injuries: a scratch on his right hand and a superficial cut on his eyebrow. He required no hospitalization, underscoring the almost miraculous nature of his escape. The crash highlighted the dangers of driving at high speeds, particularly in adverse weather conditions. While luxury vehicles like the Lamborghini Gallardo are designed for exceptional performance, their responsiveness can become a hazard in the hands of reckless drivers or on roads not suited for such speeds. The incident sparked debates about the importance of exercising caution while driving in poor weather. Heavy rain not only reduces visibility, but also makes road surfaces extremely slippery. Even an experienced driver like Batak was not immune to these risks, reinforcing the need for preventative measures regardless of the vehicle's capabilities. In later interviews, Batak expressed gratitude for surviving an event that could have easily been fatal. He reflected on the fragility of life and the importance of mindfulness and prudence while driving. He also admitted that while speed is exhilarating, it can impair judgment, leading to reckless behavior that endangers not only the driver, but others on the road. The case of Batak Chima also shed light on the risks associated with high-performance luxury cars. While designed to endure extreme speeds, drivers must recognize their limitations, particularly on normal roads and in adverse weather. Batak's story serves as both a cautionary tale about the perils of reckless driving and an example of how luck, or perhaps something beyond human comprehension, can play a pivotal role in extreme situations. His ability to walk away unscathed from such a devastating accident remains a powerful reminder of the importance of caution and responsibility behind the wheel. Across these 8 remarkable stories, we've witnessed how the human spirit can defy the most extreme odds. From devastating falls to catastrophic car crashes, these individuals not only survived, but turned their experiences into powerful reminders of resilience, courage, and determination. Each account demonstrates how life can change in an instant, but also how inner strength, preparation, or even a stroke of luck can make the difference between tragedy and triumph. These stories are not just examples of physical survival, but also of how mindset and learning can transform traumatic moments into opportunities to inspire and help others. Which story impacted you the most? Let us know in the comments and share this video with someone who needs a reminder of the incredible power of the human spirit. Don't forget to subscribe for more content that will leave you inspired and amazed.